Welcome to the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino of Las Vegas tonight. Wearing white trimmed with purple and weighing in at 117 and 1/2. Mark Too Sharp Johnson. He weighed in at 117 and 1/2 pounds also, and his professional Rafael Marquez.
Right here is good. Anything below that is going to be low. Aquí está bien. Aquí, listo. Ready? Let's go. Vámonos.
Just a minor correction. Emmanuel, now I hear he said...
Looking to see if his skills are too sharp. This is the fourth.
Intending to try to go for a decision this time. He's tending to try to outbox Marquez instead of... Yes. Game, but he's keeping his distance this time.
That Marquez was so physically strong until he got him inside the ring.
Zone, which is unusual. I think his hand speed is preparing to fight a southpaw. He's doing everything properly. He's parrying Johnson's. I can tell that Johnson came in intended to box and handle the matter.
To the corner of Rafael Marquez. Ray Torres will do the interpreting.
Seconds out.
What happens right here is what happens.
Initially, he didn't respect Marquez's punching power ability, so
thing about him, but this particular fight, it's interesting. There's more boxing confident lead.
Too sharp.
Quick counter by Marquez.
Yeah, Marquez is setting. Antonio Barrera does a lot when he fights southpaws. Marquez is very sharp, and he's landing a lot of punches. That was that counter.
Jack came over the top.
Yes, he's working perfectly. He's using his left hand to counter, right, and being effective at it at this stage.
We're in old 30. He is not...
He's working very effective with his left jab. In addition to... Marquez, but sometimes Johnson gets caught up in the heat of the battle and gets emotionally.
The first fight certainly heated up at about rounds 4, 5, and stretch.
That's correct.
So maybe he is trying to pace himself here.
And so you're saving him, but at this stage here, he has not been able to establish any clear dominance.
Right hand from Rafael Marquez.
Marquez is showing a lot of, much like he just landed there. He's showing a right uppercut. Now he's added a looping right hand over top.
How sharp Too Sharp can be.
How tough it can be, head sharp.
First round, very, very close round using the right jab. Round 3, I gave him mostly on the basis of that tremendous.
Have it 2 rounds to 1 in favor of Marquez.
Which means we have a good fight. And he gets his legs crossed. Whereas Johnson seems to maintain much better bounce. Jimmy Ellis used to be Muhammad Ali's best sparring partner when Ali was in his prime.
Stop. Don't hold him, don't hold him.
Johnson. Planting both feet, standing right in there in the middle. As the 17 of 46, 37%.
Johnson is looking seemingly to try to land that straight left right through the center.
Mark Johnson says between the first fight and this fight, he said physically and mentally. Also coming off the first loss.
I'd like to see somebody with talent.
Marquez is starting to find his target with
Punch department that last round, 15
that's
20.
That's the counter right hand.
Big counter right hand.
Mark, all of his life, his whole family's been into boxing. His father and mother. In fact,
Cheerio. Catches Johnson coming in with a left hand.
Just a hair off. It's not that far off, but it's just enough where Marquez is starting to see Mark starting moving on his feet more, boxing with angles. He's boxing, but he's not really using his feet. The pattern is set, falling into it's going to favor Marquez going down the stretch. Give him more angles.
Marquez did very, very little in the early rounds of the first round. Same thing here. And around 6-2, 58-56, Johnson, but the momentum.
Of the more popular, more well-known Juan Manuel Marquez as well. Show you how tough this kid is in his pro debut. Abinales was fighting his 56th fight.
Stop.
What you got off the bat?
For the top.
With that straight right hit.
Round's almost over.
His experience in this southpaw movement back and forth at different angles is the right hand that Marquez knocked him down with, is the right hand that he's been concentrating on all, and then shot the right hand on the chin. And Mark
Johnson has had a terrific career to make, and he would seriously consider retirement.
Unusual.
Yeah, there's an old saying, when you talk about retirement, you're retired.
If I can't count the money.
He always considered himself inferior to his brother, lesser known, and he thinks now that he can be a fighter, and he's been fighting in a very...
He did a lot of work in between the last fight to try to attain it.
Rafael Marquez catches Johnson with a big wet hook on Johnson. Late in the 8th round. Marquez connects with a right sharp Johnson. Knocked down 3 times by Rafael.
So many different things in this fight, and it was very difficult for Johnson to keep up with him.
Out of the plane.
He was gone. I think the body punch from the smaller division is getting to be a red hot division.
De Ciudad de México, Rafael Marquez.